Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More. We're standing outside a house flip that is done, or at least it should be done. It's staged. We had pictures taken this morning, and there's still a few issues that did not make me very happy when I came through it this morning. So we show you those. This is the house that we've had tons of contractor problems with. We'll talk about some of those. We had to fire one contractor, another contractor who was hired by that contractor, then filed a lien against us. All kinds of crazy stuff going on with this one. So I guess it shouldn't surprise me that there's more annoying stuff happening with it as well. Of course, check out investormore.com for much more information on our flips, rentals, be an agent, all that great stuff. We love the like, so if you like hitting the like button, or if it's very close to your thumb or finger right now, that'd be cool if you just moved your finger a tiny bit over and hit that. That helps us out. And we have 9 books on Amazon. I'm trying to work on a new book too, but I keep coming up with more crazy stories to add to it. So we'll see about when that one gets done. Now, the first thing, obviously, you might notice is this grass. So one of our contractors started a landscaping company, and we've been using him. And it's slightly annoying because he hasn't been doing as much actual contracting work since doing that. So we'd love to have him do more remodeling and things like that. And then the other thing is, this is the second time where we've had a property photographed professionally, where we pay for these, pictures, and the grass has been a foot tall or longer. And it's not like it's just a day or two that was missed. It's weeks where it should have been mowed and it's not mowed. And we asked him today, and he said, oh, they're doing the gutters when I went to mow it, so I couldn't mow it. And last time it was because the yard was too wet. He couldn't do it. So that's a little frustrating because we've already paid for pictures, and now they're not going to look as pretty because the grass didn't get mowed, which is like one of the probably simplest, easiest things you should have happen on a flip. All right, we'll show you some other things too. You can see it's all staged, ready to go. This is our other staging company, like I said before. Nikki is getting a little burned out on staging, so she hasn't done the last few. Looks good. Some of our contractor problems I mentioned before, which are showing up now, is the first contractors we used took an extremely long time. Told us to get the hardwood done, carpet down before it was ready, and now I can see like scratches in the hardwood and different issues that we wouldn't have had if that was done in the right time. I know paper was laid down and it's tried to be protected, but that never really works 100%. So that's also frustrating. Those contractors also pretty much ran out of money, couldn't pay their guys, and we'd already paid them more than the job costs, or their total bid for this house. They did some extras and had some add-ons there, but they kept wanting more and more money. I'm just like, no, we're not going to pay you. I paid you too much already. I really shouldn't have paid you so much to start with. And they said, well, either we have to get more money or we can't work. So I'm like, okay, you're done. And so we stopped working with them. I think they're rethinking that decision now. But along with that, in those contractors leaving, they'd hired a sub who worked on this house for 2 days. Lots of drama there. We talked about it in some other videos I'll link to, but basically they got in an argument over $175 about how much he should be paid, and he ended up filing a lien on the house, and it wasn't even a legal lien the way he did it. He messed up quite a few things with it, but to get it removed, we basically have to go to court, which I haven't decided I want to do yet. So we'll see what we can work out with the title company and different things. But for right now, he's still, I think he messaged me today. He's like, did your house sell? With a bunch of other, probably choice words. And on Facebook the other day, I think he replied to like 7 of my comments, trying to tell people how evil I was because of this situation with a lien. And so I left all the comments there. You can go see him if you want. But I don't think it made him look very good, because a lot of friends on Facebook are local flippers too, who might want to use him, and now I don't think they're going to use him anymore. So I'm in here. You can tell me what my design looks like, because I walked in and that little folded blanket thing was just strewn all over the bed, all crazily. So I put my staging skills to work and put it back on the bed. And I don't know, I think it looks okay. I feel like I've kind of seen things like that at my house, in my bed, and they sort of are folded like that, but I'm not really sure. So hopefully that looks okay. But I'm also curious to see what our pictures look like now too, if like that was all messed up during the pictures as well, because I don't know if the photographer will fix things or fold them. They just take pictures of what's here already. Here is the bathroom. This needed quite a bit of work before we tore out all the tile, did new bathtub surround. I know some people don't like them, but I've also had so many people say they prefer these because, right, you don't have to clean the tile and the grout, and it's much easier to maintain, much cheaper to install too. We have a toilet, that's always good. Our vanity. That light switch is fixed, that was sticking out really far before, so that's good. So quite a few things were fixed. We come through, blue tape everything. Before, right, the stagers and the photographers come through, but sometimes not all of that gets taken care of, and I'll show you one of those things here soon. As far as this house, I haven't been talking about the numbers. I think when we bought it for $230. It's actually from another agent who had the buyers for our crazy eviction house flip with the 11 cats, where the seller didn't move out. If you guys remember that one, I'll try to link to that one too. She had a seller who didn't want to list their property on the MLS, and so they wanted $260. We negotiated down to $230. Got it for that. Oh, we've probably spent 50-some thousand on repairs here. Way more than we thought, just because of our contractor fiascos and ran into a few other things. We'll have another probably 30,000 other costs, but it should be worth, gosh, $380, maybe a little more. I'm going to talk about that in more detail too here, but hopefully you guys can see this other issue right there. Yeah, it's supposed to be all done. What happened was, we didn't have the appliances in until right before we were going to sell it and list it because everything's delayed. And our contractor put in the microwave, but failed to actually finish the install job with paint. And it looks like it doesn't even have texture on it. So that obviously, hopefully that doesn't show up in our pictures either as looking really ugly. We'll see. All right, moving on. We do have one teensy tiny little bathroom right here. It's weird how they did this, I guess for the garage, maybe. If you're working in the yard or very dirty out in the garage, you can come clean off in there. But no shower, just a half bath there. Oh, another issue. Walking through here. I think this has always been covered up by tape most of the time. Like that electrical panel looks horrible. I know we've talked about it before and I thought we were replacing it. There's not even a cover to it. And we've had the electrical checked out on here too. And I think it just forgot to be done again. So that's, if you're a buyer and you walk through a house and you see that, at least me, I'd be like, oh, that is not good. What else wasn't done right? So that's something else we really need to get fixed. And the issue too with, coming back to fix things now is the house has been professionally cleaned too. So, how clean is it going to be after all this work is done? Probably not very clean is my guess. Again, that should not be in here. That's trash, that should be gone. But it does, smell much better in here. This was the cat and dog garage that just smelled horrible. Oh, but now it's better. All right, down to the basement. Now, something else is interesting that I wanted to try, and I may do a full other video on this too, seeing how it goes. There's been all this talk of there's a company like Open Door. I forget the other one, but I think they're the biggest one that will buy your house directly. Well, Zillow, is obviously the biggest one. They say they'll do it. And so I hopped onto a couple websites just to see what they would pay for my house, without me listing it, just selling it directly to them. And so, before I have a before video, lots of other videos I'll link to below, but you can see exactly what this place looked like before. Zillow, I tried there. They do not buy in this zip code. So we're in LaSalle, Colorado, which is pretty close to Greeley. Not a very, it's a little rural, but really not that rural. And they would not buy here. I checked another company. Oh, what was it? I can't remember. But they wouldn't buy here either. So they even had me fill out all this paperwork, go through all this stuff. They're like, oh, come schedule a call with us.
But if it's been finished already,
about that. And they sent me an email a day later saying, oh, we don't actually buy in that zip code either. So I checked with Open Door, and they do buy in my zip code. I entered the information, and they gave me a price, a preliminary price, and then they want to walk through with me in a video, and they'll give me a more firm price, like a solid price. So that was kind of interesting, and the price they gave me was way higher than I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be pretty low, and I don't get paid by them or anything Maybe I should be if I promote them. But hey, buddy, how are you doing? It was $363 was what they said they would pay me. Now, we buy houses directly from sellers all the time. We bought this directly from the seller. In that case, they had an agent representing them, so they paid a commission to the agent. But a lot of times when we buy properties direct, right, there's no commissions, there's no closing costs, there's none of those fees, so it can make sense for people to sell to us instead of the MLS on top of, for other reasons why they don't want to sell on the MLS. But with Open Door, and I think all these other companies, they still charge you almost as many fees as you would for selling it on the MLS. They still have like a 5% listing fee. I didn't do my job. Look at that, I left the light off. And some other fees. So it's not like it's completely free and you just get that price. You still have the other fees. So really, I guess the big advantage is you don't have to list it, take pictures, have people showing it and go through all that process, inspection and stuff, but you still have the fees that you would normally have with a regular agent pretty much. But after I shoot this video, we are going to, I'm going to walk through, do a video. I don't know if I'll do it with them or just a video in general and send it to them. And then we'll see what they say, if they give us a final offer. I'm curious to see if they give you like a real high first offer and then lower it once they see the property to get your attention and get you to kind of hooked in, or if that's a legit kind of solid offer or not. We'll find out. In here, we just kind of painted over everything real quick, make it look slightly better. So that's the upstairs, that's the downstairs, paint, carpet, flooring, doors, bathrooms, kitchen. Quite a bit of work has gone into this house with quite a few different contractors. So, and quite a few different contractors, doing annoying things like that. But we're almost to the finish line. I feel like this happens on a lot of our houses where you come here thinking it's gonna be totally done, ready to go. And it's like, nope, we gotta bring them back to do a few other things. This door is unlocked too, and I have not been out there yet. That's always good. By the way, quick tip. If you're gonna lock one of these patio doors, make sure that's out right there. And you close it, and you flip it up and it locks it. But if you try and lock this with it up like that, it's not gonna work. So very simple. Leave that out, then shut it, and lock it. I know, it's not that difficult. All right. Here's the backyard. It looks better than it did, actually, because it was almost all dirt and just dirt. And now we have some weeds that are greenish. So it looks a lot better. A tiny bit of grass. I wonder, let's check out the shed and see if it's cleaned out or not. So the last shed we went to, where the house was trashed out, they had not done the actual shed. Oh, well, I mean, it's mostly clean. There's some lattice there, but that looks actually in decent shape. All right. So that's the property. Yeah, we have gutters on. We didn't have to do the roof on this one, I don't think. That's always a bonus. Or maybe we did, I don't know. Go back and ask Nikki about what we did and didn't do. Bought it for $230. We'll be listing it for $380 in that range. Probably had $80,000 other costs. Should be a really good flip. Of course, we're being aided and helped by this crazy real estate market that keeps going up and up. So can't complain about that, but you also can't count on that either. You always still want to make sure you have plenty of room on these deals in case it goes the other way too. So at a time like this, it's great. You have lots of nice bonuses and more money coming in, but there's no guarantee that'll happen. You always have to have money padded in there in case it goes the other way and things start going down, or you have more expenses and costs, which always happen too on these properties. But there's always good and bad in flipping. Our last flip, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, the one that we sold with almost a half-acre lot had the permit issues and backed up to a park. We made almost $100,000 on that property. That's pretty crazy. That's one of our best flips ever. So again, we can thank the crazy real estate market for some of those. All right, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all your support, comments, ideas, so keep those coming. Let us know what you think of this one, of the issues we found. And we're still having problems finding contractors too. We could use a lot more. So we're not exactly able to just, you know, replace everybody all the time. That's a huge issue. So love to find more people up here, but it's very difficult finding people to work right now. But yeah, check out investformore.com. Check out our books. Love the comments, love the likes. We'll be back with many more videos coming up here soon. New flips, new rental properties we're buying, other houses we're fixing up, and advice videos. All right, take care. We'll be back.